might have had the right state and the wrong team. And with BYU beating Baylor and with the opportunity now in front of them, still solid, but maybe not as daunting as it appeared in the preseason, meaning that their game at Oregon this week maybe doesn't look quite the same as it did prior to that debacle the Ducks had against Georgia. And then Notre Dame, obviously, with its issues. Arkansas at home will be a handful for sure. But let's look at this week. If BYU is going to start saying, boy, could these guys do this? Could they run the table? Here's a big opportunity for them, regardless of what you think of the Ducks at the moment. With, Bo Nix played better last week, but it was against Eastern Washington. Even one of his touchdown passes should have been a pick, probably. But here's the opportunity. It's right here after just a terrific win against Baylor the other night.
Yeah, if you are going to be a team that's outside the Power Five, and BYU is obviously an independent until they join the Big 12 next year, you not only have to be perfect, but you also have to have a schedule that allows you to have a case. And you have to have a little bit of preseason juice. It's hard to go from completely unranked to assert yourself in the conversation. If you think back to some of those Boise teams back when they were in the WAC, they'd start the season ranked, unranked, or in the 20s. And it is just a tar fight to get to it used to be 1 or 2 then. So that was really hard. But, even to get to 4, BYU sitting there at 12 now. And look, Oregon's ranked 25th. They obviously laid a dinosaur egg. You go into Autzen Stadium and you win. That's a big deal. I don't care, if this isn't a vintage Ducks team and Dan Lanning's finding sea legs and Bo Nix is a little bit erratic, perhaps like that. That is one of the tougher venues to play in all of college football. So I really feel like right now, sitting here going into the weekend of September 17th, BYU's got a chance. They have an elite quarterback, which is just going to help their case, right? Like Jaron Hall is as good as any quarterback in the country. He's a top 5 college football quarterback. They have an elite offensive line that's going to have 4 NFL prospects, I was told by some scouts who've gone through there this year. Freeland, their left tackle, is a potential first-round pick. He's massive. He's 6'8", up in the threes. They have 2 NFL tight ends. They have a lot of skill, some of which didn't play against Baylor on late Saturday night. I was pretty tired by the time that game came around, Rece. I will admit that. I don't know how you kept your energy through that whole Stanford game, because by the time 11 o'clock Central hit, I was pretty. It's been a long day in Austin. I sweat out enough gravy, as Pollock likes to say, to where I was pretty tired. But like BYU has the potential to have a handful of marquee wins, and I don't care if Notre Dame's unranked when they play them. Like that's still an excellent program with good players, and it's going to be a big time venue. So like the case is here for BYU. Now they have to go be perfect. That's not easy to do. I think the evolution they showed last year, that Baylor stoned them in the run game last year. Baylor ran it down their throats in Waco. And there was obviously significant evolution and adjustment to where Baylor couldn't move the ball. When you looked at Saturday night, I think they averaged around 2 yards a rush. So there's a lot of traits about this BYU program that I really like. And I was bullish on them. Our podcast listeners would know early in the season. I'm claiming that I'm right because I haven't been right about much in terms of my picks. So I'm gonna claim I was an early BYU bandwagon adoptee, and I'm gonna still ride it.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.